For news, notes, interviews, and current events for all issues military and veteran related. If you or someone you know has ever worn the uniform of the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, or National Guard or Reserves, you've come to the right place. American Warrior Radio, right here on the Talk to Me station, AM 1300 WMEL, and online worldwide at 1300WMEL.com. Sponsored, as always, by AVET Project. Folks, this program is all about supporting our troops and their families, both past and present. So please, get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee. A pen and paper is always useful because we're always looking to give them information that they can use and share with others.
Yeah, and in this day and age, it's going to involve usually phone numbers and web addresses and those kind of things that you'll need to jot down, because if you're like me, you won't remember hearing them one time.
That's a fact, Jack. So get your pen and paper and your cup of coffee, settle in. We have got an incredible show here, and let's get on down the runway. My name is Garen Cohn. As you all know, I'm an Air Force veteran, a retired legal advocate for veterans, and founder of AVET Project, but you also know that I never fly through the airwaves alone.
Good morning, I'm Glenn McGuffey. I'm retired Air Force, and I'm also recently retired as the manager of the Brevard County Veteran Services team, where I
Yay!
honorably worked for over 22 years helping Brevard's veterans and their families with access to VA benefits that I feel that most would have never gotten without the proper help. Mm-hmm. And we got a great show coming to you today.
Sure do.
We've got a couple great guests today, and of course I think everybody out there should know, or does know, I didn't mean to insult the audience there. Today is Pearl Harbor Day. So
that's right, and we're going to have a special guest on that, and we've got a little blurb we're going to share with everybody about the public law that actually originated this day as a National Day of Remembrance.
Oh, absolutely, as well as should be. And so, but before that, we have a lot of good information and another special guest for you, and I'm going to let Garen do the honors.
Well, folks, as you all know that follow American Warrior Radio, and in particular AVET Project, we have a very, very proud and honored supporter and sponsor right here locally. It's called Kel Tec Firearms, Kel Tec Weapons, and y'all know them. They're right here in Cocoa. Everything they make is made here in America. I mean, we're talking lock, stock, and barrel, folks. And we've just been blessed so many times with them offering us firearms to hold drawings. In Florida, we don't call them raffles for some legal reason, but to hold drawings. And we use the money to support our programs and services, and in particular, our PR&R, Project Recuperation and Reintegration Retreat for the returning combat vets. Well, Derek Kellgren and his father George, like I said, have been supportive for years. Big sponsor of AVET Project, and those of you that are tuning in saying, oh, I know what's coming next, we'll get to that because we are going to hold the drawing for the Kel Tec KSG. And we've got a special in-studio guest here from Kel Tec. He's going to tell us a little bit about that firearm and a little bit about Kel Tec in general, as well as a little of his own personal background and history. Everybody, welcome.
Hey guys, this is Ryan Williams from Kel Tec. How's everyone doing?
Well, I got to tell you, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today. This is Ryan Williams. You're one of the engineers at Kel Tec, is that right?
That's correct. One of the design engineers, so yeah.
What does that entail, design engineer?
Let's see, everything from accessory design, which I remember last year you guys had that RFB. A lot of that quad rail, the risers, the operating handles, all that stuff was actually designed by me for the RFB to help kind of make it a little more tactical, if you will. So accessory design, weapon design, not from the original state. All the original weapons, if you will, actually start with George. He kind of passed them down to Toby, who's the chief engineer, as well as to me. We'll do either testing on it, sub-assembly issues that may come up, like process control, how the parts are actually made. The best part is the testing of it.
Of course.
The safety side of it, we got to design jigs, how we're going to test it, and then production testing. And it just starts pretty much from the start of the life of the material, if you will, to the final part, and then how we're going to measure that part. Then that part, obviously, in the sub-assembly, in the final assembly. Then the final assembly is issues, how it'll work, and what are our deliverables, what's like our end goal. So it's like from start to finish, it's like the whole conglomerate. It's actually not just mechanical engineering, which is what my degree's in, but it's like literally start to finish, production, finishing, everything. So it's It's great.
Now, are
50.
you a native to Florida? What's your background? Where were you born and raised?
Don't judge me, but I was born up north, from the great state of New Jersey. I don't frequent there.
You're glad to be down here, especially today, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I lived down here since 1980. That's when my family moved down. Lived locally in Central Florida. Went to O'Galley High School, class of 97.
Outstanding.
Live locally here in Brevard County right now. I lived in Orlando for a while. My background, the joke in my family, just to go back a little bit back, you're either a cop or an engineer in my family. The joke is I just happen to be both, because I was actually I never actually served our country, but what I did is actually served locally. I was actually a deputy sheriff with the Orange County Sheriff's Office for about half a decade. I was also in the reserves with them as I transferred into Kel Tec Weapons, actually used my engineering degree. Slowly started doing my master's in systems engineering at UCF. From there, I'm actually transferring from Orange County into Brevard County. That process is running a little bit slower. Maybe it's budget cuts, I don't know. But
as a reserve officer with
correct.
the Brevard County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, I'm trying to transfer into there, correct. Because Orange County, just the commute back and forth. And obviously, if you kind of think about it, I want to serve my community locally. And if I live here, I want to actually work in Brevard County as well.
So give us a little flavor, all the listeners out there. How is it to work for Kel Tec? I'm always preaching about what a wonderful company they are. Tell us a little bit about when you started and how you see the development of Kel Tec taking place now.
Yeah, I actually started my internship was back in 2006 with Kel Tec. I actually got a foot in the door with them. I was very fortunate. It was about a summer internship through my engineering degree. I actually saw the company was not necessarily very hectic, but always on the go, like 100% every single day. And I really wasn't ready for it. So I ventured into actually law enforcement. Got very involved with firearms. Started seeing how Kel Tec was evolving and developing. And I've always known the chief engineer, Toby. He told me they were looking for another engineer. I did a portfolio. I presented to George and Derek, and they asked me 3 questions. They said, when can you start? I said, when can you hire me? Can you go to SHOT Show? And again, when can you start? So the company, George and Derek, although the company has expanded very greatly, we've added 3 buildings in 8 years. We've added probably another dozen CNC machines. They still have very much a family environment. They care about their employees. We even get free turkeys on Thanksgiving still. It's very much, although there's over 200 employees now, it feels like there's only 12. Like we're very close knit. The benefits, the caringness that they actually present to us, whether it's issues or anything else, like everything gets solved, and we try and move forward as a company, almost like as a family. It's very rewarding. I hate to brag to my friends about, not say how well I have it, but with holidays off, and like veterans get Veterans Day off, like we get 2 weeks off in the holiday time. It's an amazing company. It truly is.
And speaking of veterans, do you give any kind of preference to veterans for employment?
Correct. Yeah, I talked to Derek. Derek's I kind of jokingly say he's our VP, but he's kind of over HR right now. But he even tells me too. He's like, with respect to hiring, the preference is towards veterans. The exact numbers, I think you're saying about 40% is probably what Derek has said. But there's definitely preference on that. So it's good to have that.
And his brother is an active duty officer
Correct.
in the Navy.
Yeah.
And
That is
George,
correct.
of course, was with the Swedish Navy.
Yes.
So
yes.
there's history there, and it just the amount of support that you provide for the troops and through AVET project in particular, it's very commendable. And we'll get to a couple other things in a minute. But now that we've kind of identified, who you are and what you do, tell me a little bit about, because Derek couldn't be here today. He's out there shooting a commercial, so
he's
there's more to come.
So yes.
And apparently there's going to be some breakthrough, because you're always coming up with super innovative weaponry.
Correct.
Are you able? Is that out of the bag yet? Is that out of?
Yeah. Yes and no. I can tell you that the designs that we've worked on, I can tell you we can probably release a new weapon every year for like the next 20 years. Like we have a lot of stuff that we can come out with. I also know the flip side from the customer service side. People want to actually have our weapons. They just don't want to see them and then wait 5 years, because our production was very low for a while, trying to juggle as many weapons as we were. If he's hinted that a new weapon's coming out, demonstrated for SHOT Show, there will be something that we will be showing at SHOT Show. I think everyone's gonna be fearful that we're gonna say it's in production. We'll just say we kind of have like a prototype coming out. It shoots, we can proof it, and it's mainly the idea is actually going to be limited production. We're actually going to schedule just limited releases, just because of the uniqueness of the weapon.
Well, the uniqueness of all the weapons. I know the PMR, the 22 mag, is just flying off the shelves. You can't keep up with production, kind of like the KSG.
Correct.
It's become so popular. That's why we're so blessed to have one to raffle off and raise money. If somebody here locally within Central Florida wants to come by and buy an accessory for the gun, do you guys have a retail outlet?
For accessories, yes. Yeah, so you actually go to, it's 1505 Cox Road, right down there. It's pretty much if you hit Cox Road, and 524 is just south of that. The retail store is the north building. You can go in there. There's Robin and there's Erica right in the customer service area. Like all
wonderful gals.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. The all the accessories should be in there. If you don't see some, just let them know, because they don't keep everything on the floor just because of space. But yeah, the accessories are there. And let's say you bring in, you can do a walk-in. Let's say you want to do an upgrade for your P380. You want to go from Parkerized like hard chrome, or we're doing different finishes on the weapons coming out next year. You can pay for the upgrade, wait right there, and repairs is right in that building as well. Or you can get, like, if you had your RFB, you want to buy the quad rail and get it installed. Andrew's one of our techs. He can actually do that as well for you. And
with your new repair and warranty center, it's right there. You can drop the gun off. You know exactly who you're handing it to and who's going to be doing the work on it.
Literally right there. Whereas before, repair was still in the old building with actual production, so they were juggling a little bit more. Now we kind of have customer service completely separated, and repair is completely separated, but still kind of, I was looking at the same umbrella, because repair and customer service, not say hand in hand, but you kind of want to communicate back and forth.
Sure.
They are knocking out repairs with our lifetime warranty on that. So.
And how long are the warranties on your weapons, or does it like vary by type of weapon?
All weapons are lifetime warranty for the original owner, because I guess we were also seeing that some weapons may change hands, 6, 7, 9 times. Typically they don't, but sometimes we saw that, we bought this weapon from a friend, from this. It was a trade. It was,
right.
And we don't really know, not say the longevity of the weapon, but maybe any issues that could have popped up, or someone tweaked it and wanted to sell it. Typically, we can tell you that we will honor the lifetime warranty. If it's changed hands a lot, there may be the service fee of like $40, but that's mainly just to cover, just in case something's happened to it. Not negligence of that current shooter, but maybe from the past, just because we honestly may not know where it have come from. But it is a lifetime warranty on all the weapons, though.
Well, that's cool. I mean, so when you say a lifetime warranty, is that like tires, where you run the tread off and the warranty goes down proportionately, or is that a real lifetime warranty?
It's actually better than a car warranty. I can tell you that.
I've seen it. I can attest to it.
If there's any kind of a correlation, we've had people just send in 380s or PF9s for extraction issues or magazine issue, something. A front sight falls off. There's issues like that. And if they see something worn out, like a spring, or maybe it's an unupdated extractor, like they'll typically upgrade them, no questions asked, and just go from there. So it is actually like a lifetime warranty.
Well, it's an incredible company, folks. They've been supportive of the troops. They hire our veterans. We've got active duty members within the company itself. Can't say enough good about Kel Tec, and we're so glad, Ryan, you were able to share a few minutes with us here today. We got to get to this important business, though, because it is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, and we've got a wonderful interview coming up. But before we do anything more, first of all, website. How can people go and look at these awesome weapons, a lot of which you've designed? Again, go over the specific items that you designed for the weapons.
For the actual weapons, pretty much almost all the accessories that have recently come out, pretty much since 2011, I've had a hand in. Some of the vendor accessories, I got a chance to work with some of our vendors, actually bring them in through us. I got a chance to work on the RFB back in from 2006 all the way up through when I returned back 2011, like mainly improving on a lot of the sub-assembly issues that we would have, because we see a final assembly to be an issue, and I got a chance to actually work backwards on stuff. KSG, some improvements, accessory issues, and a little bit on some of the new rifles and or weapons coming out. So
outstanding. So you know what you're talking about when it comes to Kel Tec weapons.
I see you getting those tickets out there.
That's right.
Before you have Ryan pull the winner.
You want to shake them up a little? I've been shaking them here. You shake them a little.
I can shake them, but I wanted you to remind people where these were sold, because they may have bought a ticket and then forgot they even bought a ticket.
Listen, folks, if you bought a ticket for AVET Project's drawing for a KSG, a Kel Tec KSG, you may have been in Oregon, you may have been in Southern Florida, you may have been in Alabama. It's traveled around. You need to listen up. This will be posted. We always video these. We're just excited for the happy winner that's going to get this, because even though the MSRP is what is it? suggested retail of the KSG right now?
It has unfortunately fluctuated back and forth. I think it's about $880 to about $1,000. Typically, is what it's been ranging. Just because I know there was that that whole gun scare, and we had to raise it. Because we actually just invested over $200,000 in brand new molds for actually done not locally, but from our new mold company. So we just invested that money in it, so we had to raise the prices just in case that went through. But I'll say the MSRP is just under $1,000.
Outstanding. Well, the time has come. Drum roll, please. Okay, now if you would, Ryan, I know you got big hands, but reach in there without looking, because there are some red tickets and there are some gray tickets. Go ahead and pull us a winner. Dig around in there. Get us a single winner.
All right, single ticket coming out.
Okay, and read that off, please.
I can tell it's of Melbourne, Florida. It looks like Mark McGinnis or Marco Guinness, maybe M-O-C-K McGinnis, off of looks like Rockaway Drive.
Excellent.
The local area code. So it's a Melbourne, Florida 32935. So that's gonna be an official one. The actual winning number on the ticket, if you will, is gonna be 436295. It's 436295, and it's a great ticket.
Awesome, big
printed in America as well.
That's a fact, exactly.
So,
and maybe
back over to you.
Maybe he's a vet. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll be giving him a call. But Ryan from Kel Tec, Ryan Williams, thank you so much, sir, for everything you do for the community and for Kel Tec Weapons and supporting our troops. We really appreciate your time with us today.
Well, I appreciate your guys' time. It's a great project. Derek told me all about it, and I see how much impact you guys have locally. Plus, if you're telling everyone else across the nation, I mean, it starts at the home, and we can only get bigger. So that's where it's at.
That's a fact. Awesome. Thank you again, sir. Really appreciate it. You bet.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, hang with us here on American Warrior Radio. We'll be right back with a very exciting interview with a Pearl Harbor survivor. Stick with us on American Warrior Radio. We'll be right back.